up, everybody? Welcome to the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 64. My name is Bret, aka Enigma911, and today I'm joined once again by Jeff, aka Jeffreg Gaming. Jeff, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Fine. It's been a day, as so I've heard.
Well, I feel like my body's preparing for tomorrow. It's just like, start feeling like shit now because it's not going to get better.
No. Rip. Well, hopefully we can change
savings.
that. Oh, yeah, true. I keep forgetting about that.
Everybody get ready to wake up an hour earlier.
There's a timestamp for this video when we're recording. Hey. But you guys can catch this podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma911 every first and third Saturday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can join in the chat and talk about the topics that we're about to talk with us and blah, blah, blah. That was terrible. But anyways, you can chat with us and keep the conversation rolling. If you can't catch it live, it's always put over on YouTube and SoundCloud the following Friday in full in video and MP3, so you can check it over there. And last but not least, remember, guys, we're brought to you by the merch store. You can get all of your swag over there: t-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand, support us. It would be greatly appreciated. So, Jeff, episode 5 for you.
Yeah,
4, 5.
Yeah, fifth appearance.
Fifth appearance. Jesus.
I'm in the 5-timers club.
Yeah. So, in a weird twist of fate, because I'm dumb and I couldn't think of a topic until an hour ago, you have 2 topics today, and I only have 1 topic today. You are slowly taking over, like you said.
But mine are badly thought out ones. So, you know,
it's better than,
as is usual.
It's better than
I think of a half thought and then you carry it.
We'll see. So, Jeff, what is your first topic for today?
Okay, we didn't want to do the one where I'll be a cranky old man.
Cranky's
first, right?
last, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so. You have been streaming for 5 years, over 5 years. And I know you said you wanted to get back into the YouTube side of things a little bit. I am approaching my 2-year YouTube anniversary, and I just passed my 1 year on Twitch.
Cool.
And I wanted to pick your brain on not the game playing side of things, but like the production side of things. Like, I'm very, make things up as I go. See, well, we'll start it out with what I do. Like, for my stream, I'm very, very, like, it's all designed on not obstructing the game as much as possible. I don't want the webcam in front of like any text or anything like that. I don't have anything too obtrusive. You obviously have been at this a little longer. You have a bit more of a polished production. Yeah. You own a green screen. Mm-hmm. And like an actual arm thing for your microphone. Yeah. Meanwhile, I bought a used band mic stand at a garage sale.
Oh, okay. I mean, it works.
But yeah, like because a lot of my production, like the streaming is just something I do. It's just live and I do it and then it goes up and there's no editing whatsoever. Mm-hmm. But I put a lot of stuff into the back end I used to put a lot of stuff into the back end of the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. Because that's how I had to learn to edit for stuff like that. I couldn't just upload videos. Right. Because when I started, I was just recording using the PS4's native recording thing.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, I think one of the very early videos on the YouTube channel actually has like the YouTube movie or the PlayStation Movie Maker like intro.
Oh, cool. All right.
The thing on it, Mm-hmm. Like all of the entire series of Last of Us was just recorded with actually this cheap ass headset plugged into the PS4 controller, sitting on my living room floor, playing at night. And I wanted to ask like how you were when you started and like how you've grown from there.
Okay. We've talked about this a couple of times on the podcast, but streaming was not even a thought at first. Like, I had no idea about any of Twitch or anything like that. I was doing YouTube with some friends, and I mean, we were trying it out, doing what we can. 3 videos a week or something like that. I think we were going Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then, yeah, randomly one friend was like, hey, have you ever heard of this Twitch thing? And I was like, what? No. So I checked it out, and he's like, yeah, I think we should give this a try. And I was like, all right, this seems interesting. So we planned our first stream. Was there a first stream? Yeah, it must have been. But we played Minecraft online, 3 of us. And I was like,
I don't know why my brain went to Minesweeper, and I was like, I bet that
yeah,
was riveting.
3-person Minesweeper. That, huh? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, we played Minecraft, and it was cool. But then the following week, like, we scheduled it out, so I was gonna be like 2 days, and then the other 2 guys are gonna be 1 day, just because their work schedules or however it worked out. And then like Saturdays were gonna be our like group day. We're gonna all stream and play something together. Mm-hmm. So I don't remember how it worked out, but like one guy tried it. And like he just couldn't handle it, like either his bandwidth or computer or something. So it kind of borked on him. And then it came to my turn, and I played Shining Force because like I like this game a lot. I'll be able to talk about it at least the part I had played at that point. And I was like, sure, fuck it, whatever. And you know, us being supportive of each other, we made the plan like, hey, we're gonna go, you know, watch each other's streams and be in the chat and mod it up and help them, you know, support each other, help talk with the people that do show up if anybody does, and then go from there. So I think after that first stream, they were both like, we don't want to do it, the streaming aspect. But you're really good and you should do that. And I was like, okay, I guess. So like I was going to be the stream guy, and then they were still going to, you know, do the YouTube content. And then from there, you know, history's history. They kind of fell out from there too. And then things just kind of kept going for me, because I was just like you said, it's for fun and you know, just doing it. But yeah, back then it was definitely a different beast. I mean, there were certain things I couldn't play, and I mean that happened for the longest time. Like fighting games were always like a blur of pixels, like nobody could tell what is going on.
Technical restraints and things like that. That's why I took forever to get like once again, when I started, it was just on the PS4, and I only could do PS4 stuff because I didn't have a computer. Like it was strong enough to run OBS, but it couldn't run, you know, it couldn't run a stream.
Right.
Somewhere there's a very, very shitty, glitchy test stream of Silent Hill 2 on the YouTube channel.
But yeah, it was just trying it out, and like I said, I didn't know much going into it, so it was very much learn as you go type thing, just like anything. But yeah, that was like the start, I guess, from there.
Yeah. And then I guess like, what would you say your first thing where you're like, okay, I want to do something. I want to put some work into this and improvement.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
Like where you started like actually investing a significant portion of your creative energy into it, as opposed to just like playing something and talking, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Or money.
Well, I mean, the partner thing was always like, oh, this could, you know, there's that far light off in the distance, like this could be a thing, and that was before affiliate was even a thought. Like, so that was like, oh boy, okay, what kind of things do we need? Ooh, don't have that. Ooh, don't have that. Like, but honestly, I think it was the same as the YouTube channel. For some reason, like, I joined that only to be like supportive. I was like, you want to do this? Hell yeah, I will support you the best I can. You want to play video games and record something? I'm there. You want to be stupid in front of the camera? I will try my best. You need help editing? Sure, why not? Like, I was down to do all that, and like, I never thought, I mean, knowing myself before any of the streaming, and even before like teaching Taekwondo kind of thing, like, I never thought I would be the person to stand in front of people and talk a while and give instruction, or sit in front of a camera and talk for 2 to 3 hours on and off about things, or, you know, keep a conversation going or starting that. Like, never thought I would do that. But for some reason, like, when we started doing the YouTube stuff, and like I said, they kind of slowly were dropping out, I was like, this is fun, you know, I want to keep doing it. And it was that fun, like, just side project or hobby. I mean, I was still doing Taekwondo at the time. I think I was done with college, so I wasn't worried about that. Yeah, I was done with that. So it was something to fill my time during the day. And
it was like that. It's that thing where, like, I saw a thing recently where it's like, I'm going on a date with a girl who cooks a lot, and I wanted to try cooking something to impress her, and now I have a new hobby, and I'm pissed because I have to stop cooking and go to this date.
Yeah. So that was
I
that.
just want to stay home and make sourdough.
So yeah, that's where I would say like the inspiration, I guess, to keep going came from. I want to say the first incidents where I was like, put all my creative juices into something. See, that's a tough one. I can think of two. Okay, I can think of two things. So the one group of friends, like I said, they stopped doing the content with me, and they were still supportive of it. It was just like, yeah, we don't really want to work on this thing or whatever, don't have the time. So like we would still do streams here and there with them, or I would bounce ideas off of them as well. But then like a new group of friends, well, I mean, I already had them, but like they started getting more involved with that, and we did these Friday night streams where we'd play fighting games, or it was mainly fighting games, but we would play other stuff. So it was like, I always called it fight nights, but like those were
Friday
just those were always just a lot of fun with Billy, John, and Dio. And that was like a whole summer, just every weekend we would do that, and then come over, and it'd be insanity. And those streams seemed to get like decent numbers of us being idiots. So like that was fun, just kind of like seeing how invested they were. And it was along the same lines. Like they weren't like, oh, we're going to edit videos or we're going to record videos. Or they were like, we're here to be, they were playing my role. We're here to be dumb. Let's be dumb, kind of thing. And I was like, all right, because I need that. Like I was still struggling, and I still am from time to time, of doing that solo act kind of thing. Like it helps when you have other people to bounce off of, because it's just not all on you. So it was a big support system from them. So that was a fun idea for a while, of like, oh, maybe this will be the new group of people that make some content together. Unfortunately, it didn't work. I mean, Dio moved west. Billy was going to college soon after. John was working a bunch. Like, it just didn't work out that way. We always joked about like, oh, one day we're going to get a studio and we'll do this and we'll do that. But, things said. And then I would say the other thing, just because it's the same every year, that I always get amped for, is Extra Life. I mean, the first one only did a 12-hour. I did one 12-hour, and then the following week I kind of like split it up. Like the rest of the week was dedicated towards it. But since we've been doing the 24 hours, like, and inviting a bunch of people over, and we'll do stupid things with the wheel, or we'll make these dumb milestones, like that's just a lot of fun. Like the past two, I've started planning months in advance just to kind of figure out like what roadmap, how are we going to tackle this. And I think I talked about this at the end of this Extra Life, maybe not on stream or on the podcast, but sneak peek. No, I'm just kidding. I was debating, because November, sometimes here in New York there's snow on the ground, sometimes there's not. It's a toss-up. I was thinking we tried to do an outdoor camera this year, and Lady knows, because I wanted to incorporate like the board breaking into it, since we had obviously myself, but we had a bunch of other Taekwondo people too, so I thought maybe that would kind of be interesting.
Here's what you do.
Yeah.
You get an air mattress. You find a hill with snow on it. You go down and you have some people stand at the bottom of the boards, and you got to break the board.
Oh, there you go.
I say an air mattress because that has wider areas, so you have more.
Yeah, I hear you.
Sturdier base. If you did it on a saucer, you'd be spinning.
Oh my God, no, thank you.
And then you can like put it on YouTube and edit it, so you can put in like SSX tricky sound effects and things.
Oh,
like
there
that.
you go. There you go. I was thinking crap, I always forget the name of the song, but the
Oh,
that
yeah.
one.
Yakety-sack.
Yes.
Yakety-sacks. Yep.
But yeah, we were thinking, so I was like, we made the outdoor camera, we tested it all. Unfortunately, on the wheel, board breaking never came up until like late at night. I was like, well, shit. But I was thinking of maybe doing a second Extra Life stream, one during the summer, where we do outdoor stuff for punishments, and then do the normal one in November, because everybody's hyped about Extra Life.
You guys out in the woods, and you brought a TV and a console and
Well,
a generator.
No, just at my parents' house where it usually is.
We're gonna play Five Nights at Freddy's in the woods.
Oh God. Oh God.
Or I guess like more appropriately would be the forest or something like that.
Oh Jesus, that would be terrible. But yeah, just kind of incorporating, because now we know how to do the outdoor camera. So like I said, doing more outdoor stuff, because that way we have more ideas. We can make a mess outside compared to inside my parents' house where my mom will kill me if something happens. Like, we have that freedom.
Living at home's got its advantages.
Yeah, So, I would just say, yeah, that would be like I said, the big thing that was like energy into that. Go. So.
Yeah, I think the first thing, because like you can go see, if you go back and look at the very early things I did for the YouTube channel, I think it's like, I don't know if the Arkham Knight stuff is still there, but it was like a couple episodes of Wolfenstein: The New Order, and maybe one or two Secret of Mana things. Like, it's tonally, it's completely different. Like, because I was just like basically just regurgitating facts and making stupid voices. And I think around the time that I started doing Evil Within and Last of Us, I started to find more of my actual voice for it. As far as like, getting into it and being goofy and stupid and just like not worrying about being stupid.
Yeah.
Which, when you're playing something like Evil Within for the first time, you can't, it's like, I'm going to fuck up and almost crap my pants a couple times. But like the first thing where I was like, I really want to like put something into this, and I don't remember at all how it came about, was the first Scary-tober, where I was like, we're just gonna play scary games all month long. I'm gonna do like extra stuff on the edit for like, so like if you go watch the Silent Hill 2 playthrough, there's like the aspect ratio is different for that game, obviously. So there's like this rusty metal crap on the sides of the screen and stuff like that. And then obviously, the following year, like, and then I started like, oh, I've got face cam now and things like that. And then the following year, I amped up Scary-tober again, which someday I'm going to have to come up with a better name for that. It's still just like, every time I'm like, oh, it hurts a little. Hurts to say it a little bit. But then I was like, okay, 2 videos, which I think I might have done 2 videos a week for the first one too. I can't remember, but that was like a dedicated, like, 2 videos a day, 7 days a week. Like, that's one of those things, like, I started that in like August. I started recording for that. And I didn't finish it until like halfway through, or the beginning of October. I'm probably going to take it a little easier this year.
Good.
Considering how sick I got. Like, there are entire sections of Dead Space 2 I do not remember because I was on cold medicine.
Oh boy.
The video, like, I wasn't like out of my mind. Like, it was like any other video that I was, if you watch it, but at the same time, it's like, I just don't remember playing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's, for me, it hasn't been, because I'm still very much like, sometimes it's like the only reason I have face cam is because people want to see that. Like, I don't like covering up the game.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get a green screen, this is all going away. Although, like, with the way it is now, it looks like I have a produced set. Like, this looks like a basement you would have in the 80s, It's like, you put work into that. It's like, no, this is just where I live, and I don't have a nice basement. There's a ladybug that has been bugging me for 3 days. But yeah, that's like, it was very much like, okay, just upload it straight. And then it's like, oh, I want to do something, because when I started recording The Last of Us, that was a really long game, so I had to record, like, I didn't know how like episode lengths I wanted or things like that. I had no plan for that. So it's like, well, I'm just gonna like record, I don't know, like 20 to 40 minutes or something like that. But I think they started getting longer, like closer to an hour, and I started recording like hour sections at a time. And you can only record like an hour on the PS4 before it just turns off. So I would have to set the recording time for an hour, like set an alarm for 50 minutes, and then like stop it and start a new recording, and then do another like 20 minutes. And then I had to learn to edit that, which is a lot of basically everything up until sometime during the middle of the God of War series that I never finished. When I got the Elgato, it was all done that way, splicing together PS4 recordings using Microsoft Movie Maker.
Okay.
Which is not a robust program, but it was free and something I already owned.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, I can learn the basics, and maybe I'll get like, I don't know, what's the thing that everybody uses? Qdoba? What is it?
Qdoba. That's a restaurant.
I know there's an O and an A and a D and a B or something.
I don't know.
Adobe is what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of Adobe, but and then I got that, and I was like, okay, well, now I actually have to learn how to properly edit, and then it's like balancing out sound levels and things like that. Which I realized, recording the audio and the video all in one, I have to make sure of that beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something I can change later on.
Right.
And that's still something I was figuring out to the point where it's like a couple months ago, you were like, you might want to turn the volume down on the videos, the music at the end. I was like, what are you? Oh God, you're right. Okay, my ears, ow. But it's still very much been like it's evolved from like figuring out all these things. I think the last big thing I learned was how to pixelate things with Life is Strange 2.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think I'm gonna have to use that now again with Wolfenstein.
Oh yeah.
The new Colossus, but no, I had to use it with the first Wolfenstein as well a couple times. That was the first one I had to do it, and I couldn't figure it out, so I just blurred out like half the screen. But it's turned into like, normally you would do a lot of work on the back end, and I do like. My recordings are usually, I try to keep them as close to around 20 minutes as possible per episode for YouTube. That's a digestible length, Sure. That's not, nobody's submitting a big chunk of their day for that. For longer games or games that require a bit more tediousness, like Dishonored, when you're sneaking around, I'll go like maybe 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it has turned into, instead of doing stuff on the back end, like making sure everything's perfect and I don't fuck up during the recording, so that there's almost no editing required.
Oh, okay.
Which, if you watch the Dishonored stuff, like I cut out some of the loading and some of like the catching back up to where I was.
Mm-hmm.
But I basically just adjusted some volume here and there and added the ending.
Right.
And I've really gotten that down to a T, and I'm really proud of that. It's like all the half of the back end stuff is already done.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to string it together and render it and then upload it.
Yeah.
But that brings me to my other topic, and then streaming. I got into that, and that's again very much the same thing. It's just get everything set beforehand so that it'll look good on the VODs, and then upload that.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember to go back and add like the boxes at the end for the links for the next video.
Oh,
and things like
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's something I'm very bad at.
That's something like I do once a week, and I just spend like an hour like going back and adding them in on every one.
Gotcha.
And then at the end of it, I'm like, Jesus, I need a drink.
Yeah, they gotta make that process
Well, they have
easier.
the new upload, the new YouTube studio, and it's not.
No, it's not great.
It's better than what it was even like a month ago.
Oh, is it?
It's a lot better, yeah.
Okay.
Like I can actually do playlists now in the new one.
Okay.
Which is good because they finally started being like, hey, the old one's going away.
Right.
So, get used to the new one, get your complaints in now.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like every time something they popped up, I was like, this thing sucks. It doesn't
Right.
This is stupid. But that brings me to the next thing is you are being gracious enough to participate in Scarytober this year.
Ayo.
We're going to be doing Dead Space 3, the co-op, which is the best way to play the game because that's where you get all the scariest stuff.
Oh, lovely. Great.
Well, it's all centered around, hey, your character got his own book, so
oh, really?
He has an entire novel, yeah.
Isaac too. No,
Isaac actually didn't get a novel.
No?
There are 2 Dead Space books, and one is about a background character who never appears in the game because he's dead, named Altman. And then there's a book about Carver, who's the character you'll be playing.
Okay.
So if you want to do some reading, get your motivation.
What's my character?
But you have graciously agreed to do this, and I have to ask, are you okay?
Am I okay?
Like, you know my work ethic. You are willingly agreeing to work with a person that you and I both agree is crazy.
Right. Yeah.
And you're okay with this.
It seems it.
20 to 30 minute episodes. We're going to clock it. It's like a 20-hour game, maybe a 30-hour game. with DLC. Like, we're gonna have to start recording this in the spring.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be okay.
3 episodes a session of recording. Yeah. Do you need to talk to somebody? Like, this is what you're willing to do with your free time.
Psych, that's what the stream is every time.
Crazy workaholic.
Yeah, see, I'm seeing this as a good opportunity, obviously, us to hang out. But
yeah,
obviously, you're networking, I'm networking, getting a little bit more exposure with each other's audiences, which is good. Not that they're big audiences, but still, it helps.
Yeah, I mean, I got a nice comment today from somebody I've never heard of before and never interacted with on YouTube. Which
there
nice.
You go. Nice.
Yeah, I was like, good content. Keep making good content. I was like, use the word content. I didn't say that, but that's what I thought.
But yeah.
I was like, yay, a Canadian, international.
You mentioned...
I'm hitting the big time.
You mentioned workaholic. Like, that was definitely... I had that. And I don't know what's been going on, but I feel like this past year or two, I've kind of like lost that drive in a way in certain aspects. Like, actual life still there, but like some aspects just like it's not there. So I feel like this project, quote unquote, I think that's gonna help. And like you mentioned earlier, I've mentioned getting back more into the YouTube stuff. I don't know if I'll do like the same approach as you, because I struggle with like, hey, here's an episode, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Kind of, I have that mental
like
wall or whatever.
An upload and like a schedule and...
Yeah.
You know, like, this is your little blurb about what goes on in it.
Right.
Which sucks because you have to have one for the description of the video in the video. Then you have to have one for Twitter. And then in my case, I also have to have a separate one for YouTube or for Facebook. Although sometimes I feel like this little sentence I'm writing about it is better than the actual episode.
Yeah.
Like, there were a couple for Evil Within, and it's like there was one where like a level where you're on a bus and you're getting chased by a giant monster, and it's like, well, it's Monday. What better way to spend it than on mass transit? You know?
Yeah. So like when we first did YouTube, like we did that, but we did like 10 episode runs of things. Like we did 10 episodes of Smash Bros, 10 episodes of Mario Kart. Like those are very simple because, you know, hey, we do a couple races. Okay. You know, you're done for the recording. It, like, I don't think I could do that for like a story game. And I have some ideas of like what I want to do on YouTube. Obviously we got the podcast going out, which is great. So like technically of the 52 weeks, half of them are covered, you know, I don't have to worry about those. It's just those in between weeks. And I mean, I used to do the weekly vlogs. Those kind of died off because, once again, I was doing them with other people, and they wouldn't send me stuff when I needed it. It was like, guys, this is supposed to go up tomorrow. Come on.
Yeah.
And then I just ran out of stuff to talk about. I'm like, well.
And well, that's a big thing of why and you know of my struggle with this, but why I eventually settled on the 4-day, 20-minute episode uploads, because that means I can record that in roughly, hold on, my math is really bad. An hour and 20 minutes. If I do that one time a week, I have a week's worth of uploads.
Right.
If I do 2 hours and 40 minutes, I have 2 weeks worth of uploads. 2 hours and 40 minutes. And, you know, with a little bit of downtime between episodes, between like hitting the stop button and hitting record again, let's up that up to like 3 hours. You know, an extra 20 minutes of like snacks and breaks and things like that. 3 hours of video games a week for 2 weeks of uploads. I'm going to do that anyways. And when I have the energy, it's like, I had a problem. Like, I do like doing 2 games at once sometimes, if they're not really long games. You know, like Monday and Wednesday is game A and Tuesday and Thursday is game B. I did that for a while with, before Scarytober started I think it was like, when I was finishing up Beyond Good and Evil, I was doing that and then like other games. But when I was doing 5 days a week, it was like I had all this pressure, like one game's going to get an extra day. Does that mean like, do people think I like that game more? And just my brain being my brain. And so I was like, no, 4 days a week. I stream 3 days a week and I can put those. The idea was always, okay, Monday stream goes up Friday, Thursday stream goes on the YouTube channel Saturday, and Friday stream goes on Sunday, and I never fucking remember to do that. They're always up like the next day, because I do it all immediately after the stream.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's like finding that rhythm for that kind of thing can be difficult.
Yeah. So I think what I'm just going to try, well, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I want to get those off weeks, like I said. I want to get like maybe 2 or 3 videos just up. Because obviously, if you take a break at any point, unfortunately, you can lose people, you know?
Yeah.
Which
is why
sucks.
I try to record ahead. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, which sucks. But, I mean, obviously you have to take breaks from time to time. There's nothing wrong with that.
YouTube is a little bit more forgiving on that than Twitch is. Like Twitch, it's like if you don't stream, like there's people who are like, "Oh, I'm fucking out. I'm only here for this one thing." So
right.
you know.
But yeah, I've had a bunch of ideas of like what I want to do, and I mean, I can tell you like 4 or 5 videos, like almost done edited, and I'm just like, do I want to edit? Like, like that.
Well, see, that's why I was like, I'm gonna figure it all out while I'm recording, so I don't have to do too much editing.
Well, see, the edit. Okay, well, what I do for editing isn't all that bad, to be honest. Like, all right, a little behind the scenes scoop here, folks. All right, so your boy records a video, and then your boy watches said video and timestamps things. When did things happen? When am I cutting? Ooh. Well,
that's how I record 20-minute episodes, so I just have to remember, like, okay, this happened. Something happened at some point around the middle of this one that I need to change.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna forget.
I had to run and do something with the kids. So.
See, I forget for sure, 100%. Like I go in with that. I'm like, oh, that's good. Like even with clips from streams, I'm like, oh, that's good. I should go clip that. Totally forget.
Yeah, and honestly, like when I'm editing it, and this is not the greatest thing to admit, but fuck it, nobody thinks I'm a professional. No one comes to me for professional, skilled things. I don't even watch it. I just look for the audio readout when it gets really loud. Like, okay, something probably happened there, and I should.
I mean, hey, it's some way to.
Or if there's like a long stretch of nothing, it's like, okay, I'm probably just running around. I can cut that out.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's loading. Although there was one that I put up recently that I was particularly proud of, where I got spotted by somebody. I don't know if you saw this Dishonored one.
I still need to watch a couple.
Oh, I got spotted by somebody, and I was like, oh, he seen me. And as I was editing it, I was like, fuck, I should just put the thing in from Pineapple Express where it's like, I seen it. And so there's just this one random clip of, I can't think of his name. Craig something? I can't think of his name. But it's the clip from Pineapple Express being like, I seen it. Just random.
Yeah, I used to do videos like that, and I personally loved them. Like, I edited the Fight Night streams, as I was mentioning earlier, and yeah, I would throw these references and videos in there because that was YouTube for a time. I think I was behind that wave or late for that, but it was fun. But yeah, with the timestamps, I mean, like podcasts, so easy to edit out.
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
Start a topic, end a topic. Like these take no time at all to edit. Rendering, on the other hand, oh boy, those take forever.
That's why I'm so glad I'm done with Control, because Control was such a long game. I was doing like, get to the 40-minute mark and then see where you feel from there, you know? Like go a little bit longer because the load screens are kind of long. So add another 6 minutes on it to even out for cutting out the load screens. But like editing those and rendering those, it's like, okay, nothing but 20 minutes for like a couple months, please.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, topic-wise, like individual topics, it's not bad. Like maybe an hour, maybe 2. The freaking full episodes take like 10 to 12 hours. Is like, please.
Yeah, I don't know that I could do that. Although I have started attempting best of compilations for some of my playthroughs. Which like those usually run between 25 and 30 episodes, and the problem is like to save room on my computer as I go along, like I'm halfway through the game, okay, delete all of the edit files and things like that, so I just have the original file and the final recording, and then it's like, oh fuck, well, like do I upload all the final recordings to my editing software and edit that, or do I save all the edits and splice them together? And it has not been going well. I have not made much progress.
Yeah, I hear you there.
One of those things that's like, maybe I'll wait on this until I get big enough to have somebody who's like, is like, hey, can I make this for you?
But yeah,
if that ever happens.
I thought about
or,
that same.
I'm gonna like wait till Willow's 10, and then I'd be like, hey, you want $10 a week?
There you go. But yeah, I've thought of that the best of thing is another idea I had. There's a YouTuber I watch, and streamer, Maximilian dude, who does like these hype and rage compilations of, it was originally fighting games.
And rage ones are really popular, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So not necessarily like I'm getting that way, but like essentially those hype and rage videos, or what he calls them, like something like that, where it's this 20-minute thing of him playing through the whole game, edited pieces, you know, and it's just the ups and the downs. But I wanted to do that for Jedi Fallen Order because I loved that game.
Oh, that'd be good.
And I was just going to be like, so I still need to do it, but I got to go through all the footage and be like, okay, this is a mark, you know, like, here's the thing that was cool, whatever. And I want to put that together. So I think at the point where I'm at right now is I want, in a way, like to feel like I'm making progress. I want more production based, like this was a produced piece kind of thing. And I mean, not to say like those old videos we used to do weren't good, because like I think like when Kate and I live together and we have friends over, like another video that I have edited out here is the werewolf games that we played, the card games, like simple, this is game 1, this is game 2, this is game 3, like playing that. Or like if we play, I want to play more Gmod, like I still should go back and edit those Gmods. You know,
I really have to go check out your old stuff.
So like,
I really have to,
like, figuring out that and like doing more like, hey, like even if it doesn't go out, like that was a motto we always had originally with the YouTube, like let's just record whenever we're playing something. Like, not with the intent of, like, this is going to go up on YouTube and we're going to edit it and shit. Just, like, us having a good time. Us playing.
You know, I should do that because it's gotten to the point where even when I'm not recording, if I'm just playing a game for me, I'll catch myself, like, mugging at the camera and things like that when stupid things happen and commenting on it as if I was recording.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, oh, that was fucking... There's nothing, the camera's not on.
Right. Yeah, so...
Or just like...
yeah, the simple things.
And the camera's not even in front of me. I live in a living room and there's no camera. I'm just looking at the DVD player being like, are you kidding me?
So, yeah.
Or the dog.
Really?
Because the dog will often sit in front of me and stare.
Yeah. So, I just gotta figure... I think with this project, it will help. Like, obviously, I'll see that side of things where it's, you know, episode to episode. And you said earlier you're not this professional, but I feel like I could still learn something from you in that process. Like, oh, this is how Jeff tackles it. Like, this is where...
Well, like I mean, a big part of my thing is just like, if things are going wrong, just go longer. Because you know you're going to have to edit it out. And you don't want to do something... Like, if you have something you want to present in a specific way, you don't want to have, like, a bunch of things that are one way, and then one that's, like, a third the length or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, okay, well, we did that last time. Let's watch for it. Let's not re-record. Don't be disingenuous about it. Just make sure, you know, admit to it up front. Be like, this is stupid, but we're just going with it.
Yeah. So figuring
outside of you know, making it up as you go, I don't know how much you'll learn from me though.
Well, I mean, the way I'm seeing it, like I said, is your process.
Although you could always record them as well.
For sure.
On your end?
Yeah.
And then play around with it however you feel like. You could, like, I'm going to be starting and stopping. I'll be like, okay, if this is, you know, we're at this mark, we're going to call this one here. Like, you know, do you want to do the sign off? And then we'll cut it and we'll have like you know, get up, stretch, whatever, and then start back and we'll go in with the intro and everything. And like the game will be continuous, but each one of those is like a stop, redo all the settings, start.
But yeah, I'm like I said, that's not...
You could do that, or you could do the whole thing at once and, you know, just cut out the pieces. And
yeah, that's not my forte, but like I'm seeing like, hey, maybe after doing this project with you, like, you know what, that was really fun. Maybe I want to do those episodes, or maybe I'm like, you know, that isn't my thing. And like you said, do it in a big chunk or do a compilation of my side of the recordings. Like, that could be something that we talk about.
I'm going to tell you, you're going to see stuff that's completely different from what I'm seeing.
Oh, really? Okay.
At certain parts. Yeah. Huh. Absolutely, I am not going to be aware of anything that you are seeing on your end, even if we're like the characters are side by side.
Huh. Oh, all right.
So a lot of the most interesting stuff is going to happen on your end.
Wouldn't you want it the other way around?
No, because I'm Isaac, and the way that game is like, the first two, the big complaint about Dead Space 3 is that it's not as scary. It's more actiony.
Okay.
But like the main character Isaac has spent 2 games dealing with this. Mm-hmm. He's sick of this shit at this point. Like he's got like, I know how to kill him. Let's do this. Your character, this is his first outing.
Oh, lovely. And it is my first outing.
Like, yeah, he's a soldier, but this is his first time dealing with all this crazy shit. So of course it's scarier for him. Isaac is self-admittedly insane and just like tired, and he's just like, can we just come on, let's go.
Okay. You know? Huh. Well, that'd be cool. But yeah, it's a matter of, like I said, figuring out where I want to go. Like, I got to find that drive again in certain ways. And maybe it was just like, maybe it's a life thing. Maybe it was just like, I'm not happy with this certain aspect of my life. And maybe like this recent restart, you know, maybe that's all it takes. Like, hey, I got a new job.
I've had moments where it's just like,
Jenga.
That's probably what that is. I've had moments where it's like, why am I doing this? And you know, because we've talked about my depression and stuff like that. But it's like, why am I doing this? I'm never gonna be able to make enough off of this to like quit my job or anything like that. And like normally it's like because I like it and it's fun is enough. But sometimes it's, I have spent this much money on this, putting into this. I have to keep going until I get that amount back.
Right. Yeah, I hear you there.
Like, I have to pay off my Elgato and my camera and my mic and all of the games. So basically, like, once my credit card is done, there's no guarantee I'll keep going forever. Once that credit card's paid off and chopped up.
Right. So.
But then again, you know, we got Doom, Final Fantasy, Last of Us, Cyberpunk. That credit card's not going away.
You got some time. You got some time. Oh boy. So yeah.
Especially considering I got the special editions. By the way, does anybody want a copy of Doom for PC? Doom Eternal?
@ Jeffreg Gaming, JEFFREGAMING. But why did I spell that? It's right there underneath you. That's for the podcast people.
My computer's like, oh, you're going to render a video? Better go do something else, anything else for 5 hours instead of doing this video. Or doing anything on the, don't even try on the
Oh, no.
Don't even try it.
No, you gotta let that computer do its thing.
All right, now time to go do laundry.
Yep. Nice. Any other production stuff?
Well, we talked about, do you want me to kind of fill you in on Dead Space? Or there will be an intro video that we can watch.
You know what? With you saying that Carver's the new guy and he's not going into this prepared at all, I think this fits our team perfectly. You know what's going on and you're just ready for it.
Cool. So I'll be able to, I'll just fill in things.
Yeah.
Because we'll have audio logs and things like that to find and read. And you're going to have to put up with me because I love reading all of that shit in those games. So we're going to stop, and I'm going to start reading things out loud dramatically.
That's fine. I'm in there for a ride.
Meanwhile, you can be like, I'm going to stomp the shit out of this couch or something like that. So, like, as we go, if you have questions, I can just explain it.
Oh, man, that would be a funny edit. Just put our footages together. You're just over there, like, doing this big scripture, and I'm just over there, like, smacking the shit out.
It's just me reading, like, July 3rd, we landed on the planet and we made base camp, and there's like dum, dum, dum,
yeah, it's dramatic music.
Meanwhile, you're in the back, like your side of it. It cuts to you, and you're just stomping, and it's just like hardcore metal, like.
Now that's a good edit. We should do that.
There you go. Awesome. We got a plan.
Oh boy.
Or you're just like you're gonna do the thing that they did in Vampire, where I'm going to be reading something, and you're going to be like, how can I get in the background of where his camera is and just fuck around? Can I stick my gun through the thing that he's reading?
Hello. That'd be good. So yeah. I think going in blind will fit the characters as well. That'd be good. Cool. All right, on to topic 2, my topic. So, I would like to talk about completing games. Now, when I say completing games, Jeff, you had a recent scare with the little Skies of Arcadia game.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so glad that game doesn't have achievements. Like, thank God for pre-PS3 360 games that didn't actually track and publish how good you are at things.
So, yeah, he had a recent scare where he wanted to get the secret boss, but he needed all the treasures, and he missed a treasure, but then a memory card he found did have that, so...
I had a panic attack that night about it.
Yikes.
And then the next day, an anxiety attack. That was still going on to the point where I was supposed to go to a birthday party in Milwaukee, and I couldn't, it contributed, but it wasn't the main cause. But Sarah came home and I was on the couch shaking in tears, being like, I don't know what's wrong.
Oh, man.
And so I couldn't go. And I spent the entire day, every muscle and joint, because I don't know if you've ever had one,
No.
but an anxiety attack is the equivalent of flex every muscle in your body right now. Just do it for a second.
Okay.
Now hold that for 6 hours.
Ooh.
And also hyperventilate.
Aye.
Yeah. That's what that's like. And then when that ends, you get to deal with the physical after effects, which take a day or two at best to heal. It's not fun.
Video games should never affect you that seriously. Well, everybody's got their
lady,
thing.
you know what? Don't come in here with your judgment.
I don't need this.
I didn't have friends as a child. I had games. And you know what? Games also helped me. But it's fine. Everything turned out fine.
Right.
I found a save file that's everything I need on it from 2004. Thank God I never threw out any of my GameCube stuff. But yeah, no, it was rough when it happened. But
right.
I realized I interrupted you.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So yeah, we got that backstory. So I was just thinking, obviously you're very invested in completing games. Is it... Obviously achievements and trophies can kind of help give that endpoint. Obviously you mentioned before PS2, that era and before, they didn't have achievements. You had story. Sometimes they'd give you that 100% mark of where you were, and they had unlockables. Rip the day of unlockables. God damn it. But I was wondering if you like completing games, if so, is it is there certain criteria or stuff like that these are the games I'm going to complete. These games it's that thing. And do achievements and trophy, do you like them first, which pretty sure you do. And does that help in your decision? So
okay. Well, I'm going to back up a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I do want to address what Lady said.
Yeah.
Not only because it matters, but also I haven't seen her in chat in a while, and I miss her. And it's nice to talk to her.
Right.
She's right. Video games should not affect you like that. And
right.
Normally, playing this game would not. I know I've beaten this game perfectly. But the thing is, Skies of Arcadia was the first game I streamed as an affiliate. And from the very beginning, which is over a year now, I was like, this is what we're going for. And if I was playing on my own, I would have been like, oh, fuck it. I'm just not going to finish the game, and I'll come back to it in another 5 years and start over. But I had spent 14 or 15 streams, which about 4 hours each, 15 streams. Somebody else do that math. Was that 60 hours, something like that?
Around there, yeah.
Of telling people this is what we're going to do. And they're people who did pop in every time to watch and being like, oh, I promised you guys this and we're not going to do it. It wasn't about me completing it. It was about I had been presenting this to people and I fucked it up. And that's what I felt like I was letting people down. That's what did it.
Gotcha.
So that's what triggered that one. But as far as completion stuff goes, I've got my trophy list up here because I've only had the Xboxes since last summer. So I don't have a lot on that end. Yeah. But going back.
Quick sidebar for those of you who are not engaged in video games. PlayStation and Xbox Xbox has achievements. PlayStation has trophies. You can get 100% of the trophies on Xbox. You can get or achievements, excuse me, and then PlayStation get all of the trophies, but then you get something special called a platinum trophy. That means you got them all, you completed the game. So
you completed
you completed,
yes.
quote
you didn't
unquote.
Finish it, you completed everything.
Right. So, like, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, PlayStation has a little bit more clearer of, like, you're done than Xbox.
Yeah. Like, the Xbox was cool because early on you got to use it's the gamer score.
The gamer score, yeah.
Like you got to use those to purchase things, which you don't really get to do anymore, is my understanding.
Yeah, you would earn, I think it was Microsoft points is what they called it, once in a while.
Microsoft points, and you could use it as, like, to unlock games or avatar stuff. I don't think you can do that with the 360 one. It's just like a social standing thing.
No,
right?
they...
Or the Xbox One, I mean.
They converted it, like, during the 360's lifespan, where, like, Microsoft points became, like, just real currency. It wasn't, like, pay real money for Microsoft points, which then act as currency online to buy whatever. They just converted it and got rid of Microsoft points. So yeah, gamer score is what Xbox does, and it's just this big number by your username that accumulates. So that's the difference.
Can you still use it on Xbox One to buy things though?
No, they got rid of it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. They got rid of that aspect.
Yes.
Because, like, I've been, like, I buy things. I still use my 360 fairly regularly because I love it, and there's less of a. When I was playing Thief, I originally played it. It's a Xbox One game. I originally played it on the 360, and there were some graphics issues from the upgrade. Like, torches were appearing through walls and things like that. So I try and play games on the console they came out on.
Gotcha.
So I still use the 360 pretty regularly. I recorded all of Dead Space 2 on it, and I'm still able to turn in game points for stuff on the 360.
Huh.
Can't do it on the Xbox One, though.
Huh. I didn't know about that they kept doing it.
I think I can. I feel like I did.
Huh.
It might have been just cosmetic items, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear you. It's not like similar to what is it? Like Ubisoft. They do that with, like, Assassin's Creed. Like, you accomplished this achievement, so you can get this assassin uniform with your Ubisoft points or whatever the fuck. Okay, I get you.
Now, that was really cool when Microsoft did that at the beginning. Obviously, they were like, oh, we can get more money from people? Fuck that.
Right. Right.
Sony never did that. It was just, this is your score, this is your value as a gamer.
Right. So,
this is your standing. And looking at it, like, because when I was, that's the thing. Like, when the PS3 came out, because, like I said, I didn't have Xbox until recently.
Mm-hmm.
When the PS3 came out, neither of the first two games I got even had trophies.
Mm-hmm.
The first two games I got was Burnout Paradise, which I just heard the makers of Burnout are making a new open world racing game.
Oh, really?
Yay! I love the Burnout games. Paradise was it's a completely different beast, but give me a game where you're just like smash shit with a car that's not Twisted Metal.
Oh.
You know what? Sarah loves Twisted Metal. I liked it for what it was in, like, the PS1 era.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like they got, like, don't give me plot. Don't try and put the devil in this who's orchestrating, like, a Master Hand tournament. Just let me smash cars.
I was fine
and
with
don't put a fucking helicopter in it.
Oh, come on.
That's cheating. You can tell I'm ramping myself up for the fan.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Because I'm starting to, like, we're getting into that. Like, when I was younger, yes. Oh, you're giving me a game? Like, it might have been also because, like, I had more time, like, when I was in college. I had more money that was just mine, Like, I had to give my roommates a certain amount for rent, and then, like, I had to consume the bare minimum amount of food that my body required outside of Adderall. And then the rest of my money was just video games or whatever I wanted to do,
Right, yeah. You didn't have the...
So I had, like... I had more money, but I didn't make as much. So I had to get everything I could out of a game. So more time and trying to get everything out of it. Like, when I was younger, it was way more important to me. And going through my list, I have 4 platinum trophies, which, if you don't know, a platinum trophy on PlayStation is what you get when you get every other trophy in the game. They have bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Bronze you get all the time for random things. Silver you usually get for, like,
story stuff.
beating a chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gold is for, like, doing something special.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you beat a chapter in under a certain amount of time or something like that. I have 4 platinum trophies, 91 gold trophies, 495 silver trophies, and 2,371 bronze trophies. So I've only fully completed 4 games. Now, that's not saying that's all I've done, because there's a bunch of games that they just didn't give platinums out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like,
I
have Linger in Shadows, I have 100%, and that's although that's like a 10-minute game, that's barely a game in all honesty.
Yeah, I think PlayStation doesn't enforce games to have a platinum. Like, you need to qualify for a platinum or something like that.
I'm not sure. The first game I ever platinumed was Assassin's Creed 2.
Okay.
And I remember spending
getting
like
them
a
feathers.
week and a half hunting down fucking feathers.
Yep.
I had 2 computers open with 2 different, like, the same map zoomed in 2 different spots, so I didn't have to move around. And just going around. I'm trying to find my other... okay, so Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, which is a game absolutely worth platinuming. Like, getting all the... you just get a secret ending, but it's such a good game as far as, like, a PS2 platformer.
I don't know if I platinumed that one. I know I played it on stream, and then I tried 2 and was like, nope.
You didn't like Jak and Daxter 2?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I love... Like, Jak 1 through 3, I absolutely love. And Jak Racing is okay. Fucking avoid Jak 4 like the plague. Like, it wasn't even made by Naughty Dog. Like, and it's like a port of a PSP game or something like that. Just, yeah, it's called Jak the Lost Continent or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And fucking stay away from it.
What about the Daxter game, the PSP game?
So I never played those.
Oh, rip.
But I've heard it's a good solid puzzle platformer. You know? Let's see. So it was, what did I say?
Precursor.
Assassin's Creed 2 and Jak.
Well, I'm curious.
So Dishonored, even like my second time through Dishonored, well, that's the first time through. I only got 39% on that. Hell, are you pulling up your stuff
I'm curious.
too?
At least my PlayStation. Like,
that's the nice thing about PS4, it shows everything from PS3 as well.
Yeah, that is nice. So yeah, I was mentioning the PlayStation qualifications. Xbox has to, if you're putting a game on the Xbox platform, it has to have 1,000 gamer score, which to the general public, 1,000 is the cap unless they add on add-ons or DLC, which is another reason why Xbox is a little infuriating, because like, if you had 1,000, you know you're done. But like, however, of 2,000 or whatever, it's like, when does it, like, PlayStation separates out their DLC trophies, so you know,
nice, like, you open the game up and then you see tiers.
Yeah, so that's a nice way to know, like, if you didn't care about DLC, or maybe you didn't buy it.
I almost completed Control. I'm like missing 2 achievements from the Xbox playthrough. Although I'm playing through it again on PS4 now. So.
Okay.
Okay, so the third game I platinumed was Life is Strange 1.
Wow. Okay.
Which has no silver trophies.
Interesting.
Which seems it has 59 bronze trophies, 1 gold and 1 platinum. That seems really weird. So that's 3. What the hell was the 4th game?
Start scrolling.
That's what I'm doing. I'm not even halfway through the list yet.
So I have 13 platinums.
What's your overall level?
15.
Aha, I'm 17.
Well, rip. Yeah, I only am in the thousands for bronze.
I had less of a life when I was young. Did.
Well, see, I'm the opposite of you, Jeff. I had the 360. Well, okay, I went from PS2 to 360. And then my PS3, when I eventually got one, was my Netflix machine. I pretty much only used it for that. I like barely played anything. I only got the PS3 because they kept making HD collections of PS2 games I loved. So, for example, some of my early platinums on here, Sly 1, 2, 3. I'll have the platinum for all of those.
PS3 was great for like those trilogy remasters.
Yep. So yeah, I didn't have that many PS3 titles, and then I had the Xbox One first, and then I eventually got the PS4 just because I was like, oh, I want to play like Horizon Zero Dawn was the big one for me.
I should have put that on the poll.
You got time, Jeff. You got time. Remember,
it's at a fucking tie again.
Oh, it is? Well, like I said, ignore my vote.
Again.
Ignore my Chrono Trigger vote then and put it wherever else.
Well, that's the thing. Like the ties between the two games I want to do the most.
Oh.
You know, it's Chrono Trigger and Witcher 2 right now.
Did anybody vote for the other two options?
There's like 1 or 2 votes for each.
Okay, new poll, like 2 options.
People.
That's it.
This is the third poll. We got time, whatever.
Lady voted
Witcher. It only
Witcher.
lets you do it for a week. That's bullshit. Okay, so my 4th platinum game is Life is Strange Before the Storm, which totally tracks.
Right.
I'm sure the next one I get will be Life is Strange 2.
Okay, so Sly 1, 2.
But yeah, it was definitely like, while you go through your thing, like when I was younger, it was so much more important. But it's that so very stereotypical. And lady, I'm just seeing this, but you are special.
Yes.
Does your vote count for 2? You voted Witcher?
She voted Witcher, so Witcher wins.
Oh, well, I mean, I think today's the last day, so.
Hey.
Well, we'll either just go with that, or I'll like flip a coin, or we'll do the 2 choices. Yeah. But yes, you are special. Shit, I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
You were saying that Life is Strange 2 is going to be your next.
Oh, no.
Okay,
when I was younger, it was very much like, yes, do everything, get all the stuff. Why wouldn't you? Like, master this. Be a Shaolin, human fall flat master. Train in the mountains under a waterfall. And as I got older, I was like, okay, I have a girlfriend. She loves video games too, but like also we have to go to dinner sometimes.
Right. You gotta do
like,
other
hang
stuff.
out with people because she likes people, which if they want to talk to me about video games, I can do. But and then it's like, oh, I've got kids. Like, okay, well, can't play anything that you can't pause. God damn, speak of the devil, their timing is evil. What? Why are you sitting over there going,
because they want you.
What are you doing? I hear you. You just want to do that. You just want to be creepy on this.
They're being your audience, Jeff.
Do you want to come say hi, buddy?
It's a live studio
Come say hi. You guys are the real reason that I'm not super concerned about platinuming games. Say hi to everybody, Jack. Right there.
Hello.
So, I eventually, it was like, I just want to finish. Like, the story is what's important to me. It's always been important. Getting the extra stuff is fun, but it's like, if I have if I feel good about how the story ended and I enjoyed it, I don't need to kill 7, goblins in 2 seconds or something like that. Mm-hmm. Even though I just played through a game the hardest way you can play through it. Which, by the way, I know you've been enjoying that. I think the finale goes up on Tuesday.
Cool.
So it's coming up. But it's just I had to make a choice, being like, do I want to devote all of my very limited free time? Your tummy's hungry? Okay, go get some food. All of my very limited free time to, trying to do so many flips in a single jump or whatever. Or, do I want to feel satisfied with the narrative presented to me and then move on to a new thing?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I love video games, but I don't want to ignore my, so it's like, I don't play games while they're awake. I don't play on the living room during the daytime while they're, oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, Willow. You didn't see me because you were ignoring me. Show about me.
What?
Say hi, Enigma.
Hello.
Hi,
He says hello. See, there he is right there. So it turned into less about like, I stopped considering it like a measurement of my skill.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more like,
what do you mean?
when am I still having fun and when does the fun stop?
Right.
Because this is my free time and like I should make the most of it. And I feel like this is something that a lot of people, especially when they have kids, they go through. It's like you go through it a little bit when you get a job. Mm-hmm. But like when you start a family and have kids, it's, oh my God. Okay, I love you guys. Go on, sweetheart. I'll be up before too long, okay? Hey, I get to spend the morning with you tomorrow.
Yay.
Do you want to play some Link's Awakening?
Ooh.
throwing me at the wall.
Oh, that
I can help
guy.
you.
Because it's so hard to dodge him. I only dodged him once.
Only once?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll beat him. We'll spank him tomorrow, okay?
Yeah. I know you, but
All right.
we'll do it.
All right. I love you, sweetheart. Go take your midnight. It's about finding fun where you can and learning when to move on.
Yeah.
Which, like, games now, and I've mentioned this before, and I feel like this also kind of bleeds into our next topic. Like, games are too damn big. I don't need everything to be an open world, climb the tower to unlock it.
Yeah.
You know? It's like Assassin's Creed came out, and then suddenly every third game was that. Even Horizon Zero Dawn is essentially that.
Yeah.
You know? Even Breath of the Wild is that.
Yeah.
And I'm still playing Breath of the Wild, don't get me wrong. My boss came over the other day. Like, the head GM was like, we need to talk. I just started playing Breath of the Wild. Because I have a reputation for being the biggest Zelda fan in the store. So,
Oh, okay. There you go.
like, even people, like, it's like, I haven't gotten to this part of the game, but I know what happens just because, like, I know how Zelda games go. And
Right.
I've just, you know, it's fucking terrible. But I was like, you can never do that again. You have to lead with the video game and not be like, we need to talk.
Right, exactly. We need a better starting spot here.
But it's like, you know, I get a very limited, especially with doing what we do. I stream 3 times a week. I record. Like, I still have to spend time with my kids and my wife. So, like, there's not a ton of time where I just get to play something for myself. Do I really want to spend it trying to do random esoteric bullshit, or do I just want to have fun? So it used to be very, very important to me, but now it's like, just complete the story. If there's one that seems really cool or really challenging to try and do that I feel up for, do it.
Right.
But it's been a progression, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. And I can definitely relate to that. Like, I used to be on the Xbox sides, like, achievement. Like, if New York to SoCal was here, he would be fucking on my case because he knows how bad I was. Achievement horror, we always called it.
Oh, yeah, no, and I used to absolutely be one. I have a lot of games, like, over the 60-70% mark.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But
and
I also have a lot on here that are zeros on all across the board.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it was just like I said, like earlier, there's no more unlockable. So it was just like, it gave you more reason to play, I guess, if that makes sense. So like, yeah, Assassin's Creed 1, like, I didn't 100% that, but like, while he was playing 2, I was on another TV at his house just running around getting the flags, just doing that. And I was like, I don't give a shit. This is fun. I was having a good time with it. So it's weird, as I've kind of shifted into playing the PlayStation 4 a little bit more, like, achievements have kind of died down, but that might just, like I said, be because I'm playing the Xbox less. But I'm starting to pick up a little bit more trophy-wise. And yeah, I've, similar to how you were saying, like, how do I want to spend my time? Like, I only have so much. Like, there are some games I just look at now and I'm like, you know what? There's no way in hell I'm getting that platinum. Like, trophies that are online based, trophies that are, you know, you got to do this thing on hard mode.
I absolutely get it.
I'm like, no, fuck that.
What I'll do, if I really love something, I will unlock all of the trophies or achievements that you get in the story mode. If anything's online or challenge maps, fuck it. You know, like I did that with Doom. I unlocked everything with 2016 Doom that you could get just in story mode. And that's probably like what I'll do. That's, if I really love a game, that's what I'll do. Fully completing something. Control, maybe, because I really love that game. Stop whispering. Oh my god. Do I have to use dad voice, you little goblins?
But Dad, we want to watch.
They can watch on a phone.
No, they can watch there.
Live
they are watching live right in their basement.
Enigma 9011.
They paid for front
Or
row
on
seats.
YouTube in a week. Or SoundCloud. Go on, kiddos. Seriously, go. I love you, but You're screwing up the audio levels.
Oh, they're fine.
Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man might be a game that that's the thing I'm looking forward to. Like, there's some stress with the poll there because it's like it's Chrono Trigger or Witcher 2. Witcher 2 has so much stuff and there's trophies and I'm sure there's things that you can miss. Chrono Trigger, there's nothing you can miss in that game. Like, you can, as long as you're smart, as long as you're paying attention, there's nothing you can't go back and do.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, really need that right now in my life. I need more Kirby's Epic Yarn kind of stuff.
Streamline stuff. I hear that. And yeah, I agree with that.
That's the thing. Like, and that's why I'm really looking forward to playing Dead Space 3 again, because this goes back to the towers thing. So many worlds, like games, it's got to be open world. It's got to have branching storylines. It's got to have multiple endings. Like, you know what? Sometimes just give me a room and a hallway and a room and a hallway, and make set pieces and make it fun, and just let me go from A to B.
Right.
Like, that's what my brain can't take this. I have ADD. You guys are killing me.
Yeah, so I think it's fine in like defining like when, no, this one's not worth it. And yeah, like you also said, like if it's a game you love, like Fallen Order.
I mean, you platinum. Did you complete Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man's got the platinum. So I'll run through my list of platinum right now real quick. So
please.
Talked about Sly 1, Sly 2. Job Simulator. Batman Arkham VR technically doesn't have a platinum. Rip. Let's see. Ratchet and Clank the original. Sly 3. Jak and Daxter 1. I did do that one. Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. Nice.
Go away.
What else is there? Oh, there's some zeros. Concrete Genie, God of War, Spider-Man, Guacamelee, Fallout Shelter. That one took a while. Ratchet and Clank, the remaster.
You really loved like the PS2 era platformer action games, didn't you?
Yeah,
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot to love there, and they don't make games like that anymore. Personally, to my mind, it's Yooka-Laylee.
Apex Legends technically, but that doesn't have a platinum.
That game will never end until they release the second one, and they'll forget to introduce a platinum in the first one.
Yeah, fucking. But
that's like platinuming DCUO, you know?
That's possible. You can do it.
Oh.
Should I have not have said that?
How can you? Oh,
you have to have like
base game, yeah, but they're constantly releasing. Why do I mean?
You get the base game's the only one that matters for the platinum. Oh boy.
I don't even want to know what you have to do for something like Yakuza 2 or Vampire.
I don't know.
Like Yakuza 0. Like, it's like, do you know how many arcade games are in that? I bet you there's like get the high score on everything.
I hear you. And there's other games like I still like I want to platinum.
Get that milk out of here.
Oh boy.
Hey buddy, I love you, but you gotta go upstairs right now, okay? That's the opposite direction of upstairs. This is why I can't platinum. I can't. I have to.
All right, priorities.
Just get what I can. This is a living example. Go upstairs, Jack. Now. All right, where were we?
So yeah, there's certain games that, you got to draw that line, yes or no, platinum wise, and
I feel bad for women sometimes because they can't do dad voice.
Mom voice, I don't know.
Mom voice is just disappointing.
Yeah, but
it
that
just
hurts
makes you
too.
feel bad. It doesn't startle you into stopping whatever you're doing, though.
Oh, I can do dad voice. Oh yeah, bullshit, lady. Oh look, true, the look.
We'll find out if Lady can do dad voice when you guys play
A Way Out.
A Way Out.
There you go.
I can't wait.
Stop playing basketball against the kid. We need to do something else. But
see, that's the thing. Moms have a good look, and they're like really good at making you feel bad. And like, how did she hear? How did she know? Dads are just like. Now I'm scared. There's nothing between fine and scared is the problem, and I feel really bad about that. You know?
Yeah.
Because like it's just like it's sad because like I read a thing where it's like, think back of like when your dad yelled at you, and then imagine being like a grown-up woman and having somebody yell at you like that and still feeling it, you know? So I try not to use it. Like, I try to use it in situations where they know it's not super serious.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, oh, goddamn kids.
But yeah.
I caught Jack shoving chicken fries into a toy today.
Oh, creative.
Well, the thing, I'm really lucky because I've heard horror stories from gamer parents about, like, I opened up the disk drive and there was a piece of toast in there with jelly and peanut butter on it. Uh-huh. So, there goes my Xbox or my 360,
Right. Man. But yeah, I'm still enjoying them. I'm getting more into platinums, I would say now. Like, we talked about the My Hero fighting game. Like, that's a platinum I think I could get.
Is that good? Because Sarah really wants to play it.
It's not bad. Like, is Sarah a fighting game fan? Or no?
Sarah is a competitive person.
Okay, well, I'm saying, like, does she like Street Fighter? Does she like legit fighting games?
We have a copy of Street Fighter 2 Turbo that is the one she had for SNES.
Answer the question.
Yeah, she's
technical.
Now, if you're like, is she a fan of like Street Fighter versus Tekken? Well, those are completely different mechanics.
Okay, I mean the technical aspect of fighting games. Like, does she know how to do a Hadouken blast? Does she care about doing an ultimate? Does she care about like doing these special moves? Or is she just going in there to punch, tap buttons, have a good time?
You just want to get her down here and ask her?
If you want to, sure.
Sarah, can you come down here for a second?
Everybody's joining this podcast.
Fuck it, it's a family affair.
Yeah.
Sarah, I need you.
Say I need her. Maybe that'll.
Darling, my love, I need you. What? No, they want to ask you something.
I'm two people.
About games.
About My Hero.
About My Hero. They want to ask you about My Hero Academia. You gotta come down here. I'm not a fucking sentence taxi. Get down here.
It's a fine game.
She likes being violent and putting people in their place. Does that answer your question?
I mean, no.
She likes fighting games.
Okay.
The thing is that she doesn't have a type of game that she likes.
Okay.
She's yelling at Jack now.
No, rip. Well, I would say...
Well, she confuses Jack's name and my name, so I have to pay attention when she's yelling.
Right, I hear you.
Figure out who she's actually yelling at. She loves My Hero so much, she'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
And she loves Street Fighter, so...
Okay. So the thing is, with the My Hero game, it's fine. It's not the most technical of games.
It's more like...
It's like...
More like Smash than it is...
In a way, I would say... Yeah,
it's more directional based than it is like
there's
punch,
one
punch, kick, punch.
button to punch and kick. Then you have cork button, cork button, cork button. So like special moves.
Oh,
but
so
it's nothing like super.
It's like Capcom versus SNK2 EO on the GameCube, where like the C stick is all the super specials.
Yeah,
the C stick is all the super specials.
It's not anything like this is light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, and like you got to figure out like combo strings, and you're gonna get like a 30 combo or whatever. Like it's basic. So like
she can button match it. Yeah,
exactly. So like if that's like if she's not that like focused on like technical side,
she can be, but the less work she has to put into it, the
then
more
yes,
she's likely
I say
to
get it.
Just somehow still be better than you are at it.
Gotcha. Then
she
yeah,
definitely has like because she's just like me. It was just like her dad got her hooked at a very young age, and she has her things that she's particularly good at, but she'll take on anything. So.
Mm-hmm. Then yeah, especially with it being like $15,
Okay, yeah. Well, then
I would say so.
I have to pick that up. The problem is like I'm trying to grow my X. I can pick it up for PS4 at work, but I want to get more Xbox games because I have like that. Those need to even out, I'm at the point where like I'm selling PS4 games and then rebuying them on Xbox.
Gotcha.
Just because I don't want to buy more shelving.
Okay.
But we've done I feel like we've pretty well covered achievements, right?
Yeah.
I've yelled quite a bit.
So time to be fully cranky. not in the Donkey Kong
we
fashion.
We discussed this a little bit on my stream the other day.
Yeah.
Like as it was happening, I was like, "Don't do it, because I'm gonna use it." But it just kept happening.
Yeah.
Fandoms.
Yeah.
Now, before I launch into it, do you want to discuss them? Let's let a level-headed person.
Hi, level-headed.
Let's let a not curmudgeon. And that's absolutely what I am. Look up the word. I am a curmudgeon. I am curmudgeonly.
I think I'm going to be on the same page with you that you're going to get to in a minute, that some fandoms are a little overboard. And I mean, the thing is, I want this to be stressed out clearly.
Well, let's define fandom as
Okay.
like how we discuss.
Passionate.
Like, you have fans, and then you have members of a fandom.
True. Okay, so the bad side of a fandom that I'm going to talk about right now is a fan that obviously likes a product, but will go to no ends, or all ends, whatever the saying is, to defend this, and it is thank you, to defend this, and it is the best thing, and everything else sucks. And if you don't like it, you suck. Terrible. Get out of here. Go away. You just, like, I have nothing wrong. Obviously, like the things you like. Do that. Enjoy them. Do your thing. But there's a certain level where it's like, you gotta relax. It's just a movie. It's just a TV show. It's just a video game. It's just a sports team. Whatever it is. Like, calm the fuck down.
Oh, we're not even gonna get into sports.
Well, there's fandoms there too.
I live in Green Bay. We're not getting into. As a non-sports person who lives in like one of the biggest, it's not physically biggest, but like one of the biggest football towns.
Right.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah. So my big thing is just like, if you enjoy something, great. Can you try and share that thing that you love with other people? Yes. But like, people gotta relax and calm down. And like, it's unfortunate, but every facet of entertainment has it. You know, there's people that are on one side and there's people on the other side that like understand or are open and, you know, want to just talk about things but can have a conversation. It's not just bitch, blah, 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 yada, 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 you know? And it sucks because it's like, it's almost like politics. Like, you just almost don't want to talk about it because everything's...
It is. It's no different. Like, politics are fandom.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong at all. I was thinking about this earlier. It absolutely is. Like, this is, especially when you look at, like, I hate to use the word Bernie bros, but, like, I find them to be the most vocal when it comes to people who disagree with them, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, them and, you know, Elizabeth Warren, not so much, but I don't want to say the word maggot, but the other side, you know, Trump fans.
Yeah, I get you.
And don't get me wrong, vote for who you want to vote for.
Yeah, that's...
You know, you got to live with the consequences. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lecture or give anybody shit on what they do. Just, you know, think about people other than yourself. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's the big thing here is, like, if you like anything that we happen to talk negatively about or not disagree, we're not saying don't like that thing, because then we're being the thing that we're not liking.
Yeah, I'm not a gatekeeper.
We're just saying,
someone who's like, yeah,
you know, these are the examples we see or deal with or whatever, you know, like, we don't care.
And especially when it comes to the politics is a really complicated one, because it's like, you're not talking about a intellectual property, you're talking about people and things. Yeah. It's like, and like, I don't want to bring up a current one, but like the immediate one that pops in my mind is like Hitler. Hitler fucking sucked. Hitler was bullshit. At the same time, Hitler also made sure that the doctor who made sure when his mother died, she went as peacefully as possible, who was a Jew, got the hell out of Germany. He personally made sure of it. Fuck Hitler. Fuck him in the ass with a pineapple in hell forever. He did one good thing, though. You know, like, I'm not going to say, like, this person who's doing this thing for politics and is ostensibly trying to do good for other people is inherently 100% evil.
Right.
but we're gonna get away from
Yeah.
that's fucking loaded.
So
and like I just indicated, there is no black and white in that,
right,
because there's personal interest and they're beholden to other things, and the whole thing is fucked, and Canada should just invade us and rule us for 100 years,
boy,
and we should be done. I'm already grandpa. I'm already just like, fucking Patton had it right. But in terms of intellectual properties in pop culture, where I come from is you have a fan who is someone who enjoys it, and they enjoy it for what it is, and then they move on to something else. You know, when it ends. And then you have fandoms, and you have small ones, and the best one I can think of is the Firefly fandom. And I have never seen a negative aspect of the Firefly fandom. Now, that might be because it was around for 11 episodes, and then it got canceled, so there wasn't enough time for the show to present anything that somebody didn't disagree, or somebody disagreed with, to create a schism. You know? Everyone's essentially on the same page with that. Then you have things that go on and grow bigger and people get invested in. And this is something that did not happen when I was a kid. And you're a little younger than me, so I'm not sure when you started to notice this, but when like fans start, let's take a hard left turn. Fans start really enjoying, and this is definitely a more modern thing. They enjoy things, and then that grows into a sense of ownership and entitlement. Where like, this is this thing that I love, and it should contour to how I think it should go. And then there are various schisms between that. You have like, that's how you get like gatekeepers, where you're not a real fan if you don't like this,
right?
Or if you don't recognize this, or you don't know this, or you haven't accomplished this. And then you have like, that's where you get like, oh, they need to remake The Last Jedi because it's not. It was bad, and it should have gone. Like the whole YouTube channel, this is how it should have ended. Fuck that thing.
Oh,
this
really?
is how it should have ended.
Oh, see,
like, I get as an intellectual exercise, I get it, but God damn it, I'm getting angry and I can't.
Well, okay, so yeah, I agree with you. Like, the thing is, you don't own XYZ, whatever it is. Like, I get it. You're invested in it. And the thing is, you don't have to like every aspect of said thing either.
Every one of my ideas is questionable, lady.
You don't even have to like every aspect of it. Like, I'm still a Star Wars fan, but I'm not, like, the sequel trilogy. Like, not the best thing in the world, but, like...
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't need to bring up... we don't need to get pitchforks at everything. Like,
right. For sure.
If we don't... I didn't like the end of Game of Thrones. You know, I think it could have gone better. But also, I didn't hate it.
Right.
And storytellers are the ones who are telling the story. And if they want to tell a crappy story, that's their right. And if you know, maybe dial back the fan theories and the, you know, criticism and things like that. And let's just, like, the world is burning around us. Let's just turn our brains off and enjoy something.
Yeah. And, like, fan theories, while, like, fun... Like, it's just, you know, your generic conversation, like, after you leave a movie, like, oh, this is how this thing's gonna work out, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think just too many people, maybe it's the internet age, I don't know, just, like, got themselves hyped up too much, so then when it worked out, you know? I'm so
glad you picked up on that, because that's a thing, yeah. Like, I feel like a lot, because fan theories were the big, like, thing that, I feel like that's kind of a starting point for this, where internet fan theories, where it's like, oh, this is this, and then people latched onto these ideas, and then they couldn't let them go. And then when things didn't play out like that, it's like, well, no, this idea is so much better narratively speaking. Why didn't you do this? This was a dumb idea. You should have done this.
Right.
And then it just kind of grows out of that.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's just someone, like, you just need to divide it for yourself. Like, I read theories before, obviously the end of Game of Thrones, because we're on that example of, like, things happening or whatever, even before the final season aired, on Reddit, and it was like, oh, you know, that's cool, but you got to remember, like, it's just an idea. Once again, it's just that conversation piece that you could have with your friend, like, hypothetically, this could happen, and this could, like, people need to remember that, and just not, like you said, oh, this one's better, so that should have how it been in the remake
it all
thing.
comes down to like a sense of fan owner. And like I get that like you love something so much and you feel so powerfully about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember feeling like that about things, and I really think this is just because I'm getting older, and I really am just turning into an old man. I'm already at grandpa status. Like if I've yelled at my kids to get off the side lawn, but that's because that's where the dog poops. So
logic.
But I've been like, get off the side of the house. Go play in the back or by the road, but not on the side. But it's Game of Thrones is such a weird example too, because like the whole thing was, you know, like people guessed that big reveal years in advance, and they got it, and they still weren't happy with how it played out.
Yeah.
You know, and there's certain fandoms at times have been worse, and certain fandoms probably got an unnecessary amount of shit from outside people who just thought they were weird. You know, like bronies and furries, they get a lot of shit. Every furry I've ever met has been the nicest fucking person I've ever met. But because other people don't get it,
yeah,
there's a flip side to this. There's like, you know, some fandoms are kind of toxic and they have a negative effect on the property, and there are some that are fine.
Oh yeah.
But because other people don't get it, it's like, you guys are weird and fuck you and go be weird somewhere else.
Right.
No, fucking let them. They're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
You know? So it's such a weird, as a culture, we like the amount of ownership that people feel that they have. I just don't get it.
Yeah. And I mean,
You know?
I'm definitely guilty of it too. I'm sure there's a podcast episode that you can go back to and be like, Brett, you're doing this fucking thing exactly right there. The Power Rangers movie that came out, I shit on that thing so hard when that was
my audio cut out. The what?
The Power Rangers movie that came out.
Oh, that fucking movie.
Not
The
that
armor
bad.
looked really cool.
I set such a low bar for myself when I went to go see it. I actually had a good time, but I was pissed. I was like,
That's the thing.
Alpha's
like, you can
dumb.
turn off that
This is
analytical
this.
part of your brain, you know?
Yeah, and
like,
that's...
I'm not going to pick this thing apart. I'm just going to sit here with popcorn and watch the images go into my brain.
Yeah, but it was a fun time. Was it the best movie ever? No. Was it a fun time? Yes. You know,
Did you get in a fight over it?
No. So.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's like we have to. I feel like, again, it comes to that sense of ownership, and we just need to like. A story is a story that's being told by the storyteller. Okay, if you don't like the ending, maybe that's the point. I'm not saying it is, especially with movies. You know, like a lot of with an opinion or agenda or something like that, just being like, "That's dumb. You're dumb." And I'm super. As a person who's slowly turning into an old man, I realize like I am super guilty of that. Being like, take your dumb opinion somewhere else. You know. But like. I don't know. Sometimes it's like if we only had perfect things that lived up to what people expected, we wouldn't have The Room with Tommy Wiseau would be nobody. You know, we wouldn't have stupid, shitty internet videos.
You wouldn't have so many things. Yeah.
If everything was a masterpiece, I would hate the world.
Right.
Like you have to have disappointing, bad things and things that make you feel bad, both for what you could have had and like, oh, this is. Some things end badly, you know? Like, not everything has this perfect golden ending.
Right. And everybody's different. Everybody's going to enjoy or dislike things differently, you know?
Yeah.
And that's for anything, you know? So, everything's not made for
I'm
you.
guilty of it, too, because, like, I remember when Skyward Sword came out, and, oh, fucking Skyward Sword. But I was starting to play it, and Sarah made a comment. And this was before she was pregnant. We were just dating. We were living together. I paused the game, and I was like, if you're not going to take this seriously, you can leave. I remember saying that. I was like, Zelda games are an experience for me. So I'm absolutely guilty of it, or I was. And I feel like I've gone to the now where it's just like I'm over-judging everybody. But I feel like we all need to take a deep breath and just remember, like, why we started liking things, you know? Like before the investments and the fan theories and the change.org polls, which I don't think those go anywhere. That's for the government to do things, isn't it? They can't make Hollywood rewrite something, right?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't think Congress has that power.
Oh no, they don't.
Didn't the Obama administration respond to a Star Wars one at one point?
Not sure.
I think they did, honestly. Yeah. Oh shoot. And you know what? I thought of this. Kind of reminded me of a tangential thing, but I forgot it because I got grumpy.
Well, I mentioned that I had one random point way before pre-show, fandom-wise, that I just wanted to shout out a positive because I saw it on Twitter and I thought it was hilarious. So somebody tweeted out.
Do it. I want to hear about a positive fandom.
So,
I want those are like fully positive ones.
Yeah.
Are inclusive and welcoming, and it's like just makes you feel warm and happy.
Mm-hmm.
And when they work out, they're so beautiful.
So I'm gonna say shout out to the Sonic community. Now this is a hashtag spoiler, so if you want to see the Sonic movie, Jeff, you're gonna understand in a minute. If you want to see the Sonic movie, this is the point you mute.
Going into this immediately.
Shut your mouth and listen.
The Sonic community.
Shout out to them. If you're seeing the Sonic movie and you haven't seen it yet, please mute for right now. I'll put my hand down when I'm done. Shout out to them. There was a tweet going around saying, making fun of the Marvel community to be funny, to be honest. But it took the Marvel community a week to make a meme of Spider-Man ghosting away in Infinity War. It took a month for the Sonic community to finally reveal that Tails was in Sonic movie at the end or wherever.
They were very good about hiding that, yeah.
So I appreciate that. Like, I didn't see the movie. I still kind of want to see the movie. And out of curiosity, I was wondering if Tails or Knuckles made it in. And
Did you see it yet?
I have not. I need to, like, at some point, I would like to go see it.
I'm not going to say anything then.
I appreciate that. So seeing Tails, I was like, that's awesome.
Because Willow didn't stick around because she would have blurted it out.
Oh, yeah. Because I like Tails. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. And seeing his little, CG model, I was like, yay.
I have questions about Tails, but we'll save that for another podcast.
Okay.
Like, how does it work? Is there like a gear in his butt?
Yeah, So, out of curiosity, I'm wondering if he had a pre-design before the redesign. I don't want to see it if that's the case.
I really think. Well, I mean, Sonic was originally supposed to be a fox, but they wanted something that rolled up into a ball, and it's like, well, what the hell rolls up into a ball? Oh, a hedgehog.
Oh,
okay,
no.
Let's make him a hedgehog.
I mean movie-wise.
I know, I'm just saying,
okay.
Sonic has been getting redesigned since the 90s.
Gotcha. Okay, spoiler over. So, shout out to them.
I really recommend that. Like, if you can go with no expectations, you're gonna have a good time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you're going in expecting fucking, Gone with the Wind, why are you seeing Sonic?
Right.
Now that being said, I have run into some very vocal Sonic Adventure fans who swear to God it's the best game ever made. And I'm like, have you seen him talk in the first game? Because he looks like he's having a stroke. But it's I love Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure. It's a Dreamcast game. It's of its time. They clearly did not give one single flying fuck about lip sync. So,
yeah. Well, if you don't lip sync,
enjoy it for the janky mess it is, and have fun being big and trying to get that fucking frog.
So
that's not me being cranky. Those are objectively difficult at times, like getting him to bite that freaking lure. Have you played the Sonic Adventure games?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Skip the first one, play the second.
All right. So yeah, I think that's all pretty much about fandoms. Just pretty much just like, remember, it's a thing we're supposed to enjoy. Just do that. Enjoy it for what it is. Talk about it. That's fine to talk about, but know that everybody's not going to like what you're going to like.
We don't need to wrap our identities and value as people around the things that we like.
Right.
If somebody doesn't like something, it's not an affront to you personally.
Right.
Yeah. If that's the case, then every generation before you is immortal.
Yeah. And just be silly about it. Like, Lady and I have such different tastes in music in some cases.
Oh,
like, she's
God.
like,
Sarah and I, oh, Jesus. Our taste in almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception of, like, some movies and anime. Like, her music, I'm just like, how can you do this? And then, like, she listens to mine, and she's like, are you fucking 12?
But yeah, there's just certain
like,
songs.
I just listened to an entire song that was just dick jokes over and over.
There's certain songs that I'll point out. She's like, "Oh, I hate that song," and I'm like, and the thing is, it hurts because I really like the song.
You know what?
But
though?
I
when
joke
you
about
find
it.
something- and then when you find something that you both like, it's so much better. You
For
know?
sure. Yeah.
And then you end up playing it so much that it ruins it for both of you.
And then you
have
move on
that
to the next
share as well.
one.
You have that hatred to share of being like, this fucking song again. Hold me while we get through it.
So, yeah. Just remember, it's not that big a deal. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, we all need to, with everything, we all need to just take a deep breath and fucking chill out, I feel like. Everybody's, and maybe it's just like it's the internet, like you said, the internet age, and also like the state of the world that we're living in. But everybody's so fucking tense all the time. I feel like,
Yeah, in a way.
and I can't do that.
Yeah.
So
All right.
that's all I can safely say about fandom.
Safely say. This has been another episode of the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 64. My name is Bret, a.k.a. Enigma911, and today I was joined once again by Jeff, a.k.a. Jeffreg Gaming. Jeff, thank you for being on the podcast. I appreciate
I
it.
don't know what I said.
Oh.
It was something in Japanese, but I don't know what I said.
Bret! If you want to catch this podcast live, you can go over to twitch.tv/Enigma911 every first and third Saturday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join in on the conversation like Lady in Wonderland did today, or just, despise us for our topic choices or whatever you want to do. But you can join in on the conversation, have some fun, chat with us.
By the way, I want to see this look, lady.
There you go. Challenge.
I want to see
Presented.
this. I want to see this dad look that you have.
If you can't catch it live, you can catch it over on YouTube.com and
I'm amazed I didn't get a
SoundCloud.
picture. Like when I'm amazed that both of us, when we started this topic, like we didn't both get like a Twitter like notification, and it's just a picture of her giving us that
The look right then and there.
Don't do this. This is a bad idea for both of you. Someone's gonna say something that they
That
regret.
would have been hilarious if she did it. Damn. YouTube and
Nope, it's got an
SoundCloud the following Friday, and full video and MP3. If you have a topic for us that you'd like us to discuss, put it down in the comment section down below, and we might just get to it. And last but not least, remember, guys, we're brought to you by the merch store. You can get all of your swag over there: t-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more.
Merch.
Grab it for yourself, represent us, and it would be greatly appreciated. Jeff, thanks again for being on the show.
Yes, as always. I hope I wasn't obnoxious. Wow.
You're good.
Obnoxious. There we go.
And as you heard today, Scarytober, October 2020, you'll see your boys playing some Dead Space 3 and me being scared, apparently, a lot. So look out for
We'll
that.
see. I don't know.
I mean,
I think you have a lower natural threshold for scares than I do.
what?
Well, maybe it's just I'm a child of the 80s, you know? That was like bread and butter back then.
Oh, okay,
love
I
that
get you.
shit.
I get you.
But like jump scares and like, having to back and shoot and things like that, and,
Gotcha.
because you can't it's not Resident Evil where you can just like pop their legs off and that's it. Like you gotta be careful about what you're doing.
Right. Crap.
Or you can't just shoot them in the head. They'll come at you without a head.
Crap. Damn it.
Well, that's what I liked about it, because it was Resident Evil in space at the beginning, you know?
Right.
So, and I love horror and I love space, and when you combine them, you get like, the only thing I like better is like comedy horror, so.
Cool. All right, everybody. We will see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for listening and watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.